For the sake of his new freshman flame, my childhood sweetheart kicked me in front of a crowd. That night, I blocked him on everything. Everyone waited for me to go crawling back to him. I had followed him like a shadow for 10 years, ever since I was 12, until the day I went to the airport. He cornered me, his eyes bloodshot, his voice trembling uncontrollably. "Zoe, are you insane? All because I kicked you once?" I looked up at him, my expression perfectly calm. "Once was enough. That's all it took for you to lose me." The moment he kicked me, my world went silent. Caleb's leg swung with a vicious force, slamming into my shoulder. Thud. The dull impact sent me stumbling backward. My lower back crashed hard against the sharp corner of a desk. A blinding explosion of pain shot through me, as if 1,000 needles had pierced my spine all at once. I gasped, my vision going dark. I could barely stand. My knuckles turned white as I gripped a nearby chair for support. The initial numbness in my back gave way to a searing, tearing agony. When I looked up, I saw Caleb just pulling his leg back, his fingertips trembling. My childhood friend, my boyfriend, was defending a girl from his university club by kicking me in front of a room full of people. Realization of what he'd done flickered across Caleb's face, stiffening his expression, but it was quickly replaced by a wave of irritation and impatience. "Zoe, can you stop being so damn dramatic?" In the tiered lecture hall, a few people stifled laughs. Most just watched the spectacle in silence. Bella's auburn hair glowed softly in the sunlight streaming through the window. She stood beside Caleb, a smug little curve to her lips. "Caleb, don't be so harsh," she purred. "Look, Zoe's face has gone all pale." At her words, Caleb's jaw tightened, the anger in his eyes flaring hotter. "Zoe, this is the university, not your house. No one's here to coddle you." His voice was as cold as winter snow. Whispers rippled through the classroom. A dull ache throbbed through my body. I couldn't tell if it was from the impact or from my heart breaking. 10 years. I had seen every side of his temper, but I never knew he could be this violent. Shame, hurt, and rage washed over me in a suffocating tide. My nails dug into my palms. Caleb started to say something else, but I didn't want to hear it. I grabbed my bag and bolted from the room. As I fled, I heard someone whisper behind me, "Oh my God, getting kicked by your own boyfriend in public? I'd die of embarrassment if I were her." I didn't know where I was going, but I wasn't going to class. I couldn't face their pitying, mocking stares. Caleb had always been impatient with me, but he'd never, ever laid a hand on me. Not like this. This was the first time in my entire life anyone had treated me with such brutality. When I was 12, we moved into a new neighborhood. I saw Caleb for the first time by the basketball court, sipping a soda. The setting sun slanted between the apartment buildings, stretching his shadow so long it covered my little leather shoes. We lived in the same building, him on the 5th floor, me on the 3rd. My mom always said Caleb and I were like two vines, destined to grow intertwined, supporting each other. Except his vine had always grown wilder, more freely than mine. For all these years, it was always me looking up at him. But we had our golden days. The autumn of my first year of middle school was unusually hot. A boy named Kevin dropped a caterpillar into my pencil case. I shrieked and burst into tears while the whole class roared with laughter. The teacher just smoothed things over. "Boys will be boys. He didn't mean any harm. He probably just teases you because he likes you. Don't cry." Her words made me feel sicker than the slimy green bug. I cried all the way home from school that day. When Caleb's dad heard about it, he called his son away from his video games. "Caleb, go check in on the kids in 7th grade. Room 3, tomorrow." The next day, during break, he cornered Kevin by the bathrooms. The image is seared into my memory. He was like a furious young lion, pinning Kevin against the wall, his fists landing with heavy thuds. "Listen up," he snarled, grabbing Kevin's collar, his voice still raspy with puberty. "Zoe is with me. You ever mess with her again, and I'll make sure you don't last another day in this school." When he walked away, he ruffled my hair with a grin. From that day on, I became Caleb's little shadow. In middle school, after his basketball games, I'd wait for him by the court, clutching his jacket while he and his teammates went to the campus store, staying until the streetlights flickered on one by one. He'd stomp over, grumble